What's up guys, Houndish here, and today, well, this week it is Christmas, so it's a relatively quiet week for Destiny. Normally on a Tuesday we'd have the content updates or new content videos, but today we get a bit of that with some additional updates regarding the Dawning, things that Bungie have said in the past few days related to the game, updates over the festive season, and we'll break down a bit of a calendar for the first few weeks of the new year, for those wondering, as well as a preview of Eververse items that we'll pick up this week, some additional news related to Bungie and the Destiny community in general, Bungie's further integration with SONY, and a handful of other things which we'll round up in the video. So, bit of a mixed bag today guys, but as always, I hope you find the video useful. If you do, a rating below really does help us out. But now, let's get into it. And let's start out with a quick rundown of the next set of updates that Destiny is actually going to get. Of course, we're kind of ticking over through the holiday period in this next couple of weeks, but Act 3 for Revenant will begin on January 7th. As Bungie have said, there'll be a new exotic mission, new weapons, and a last row of artifact perks. We'll also see the update for the Season Pass. And they have said that we'll get more details as we get closer to release, so not entirely sure when those will actually drop. Perhaps next week after New Year's, I'm not sure. I'll keep you posted either way. And Bungie have teased that we'll delve into a Dracula's Castle-inspired fortress for Revenant that will be in the exotic mission, so maybe that's going to hit a bit more on some of the overall theme of Revenant, Fickrell's Fortress and all of that kind of stuff, which we haven't really seen thus far in the episode, so that'll be interesting. Otherwise, Bungie have said the first TWID for 2025 will drop on January 9th, so that'll actually be a couple of days after the launch of Act 3. And also they indicated that during Act 3, in the final weeks of Revenant, there'll be a special pursuit similar to Riven's Wishes, where we can complete quests to choose from a list of new and desirable rewards. Now, we know that there's an event codenamed Firecracker, where we'll collect tokens to pick up some specific items. The ones that we currently know about consist of existing adept weapons, some of them, like the Cataphract grenade launcher, otherwise aren't actually obtainable in the game at the moment. But Bungie also indicated new rewards. Now, we don't know anything about that, so I guess we'll wait and see. Maybe we'll get a preview of that before it drops as well. Otherwise, if you're looking to jump back into the Iron Banner, January 14th is when we'll get that for the final time in the episode. So, bit of a calendar right there and some important dates to keep in mind. Other Bungie updates and those relating to the Dawning, which is going to conclude at the end of this week. DMG said we still have some folks online over the holiday weeks to keep you updated on emblem progress, collect feedback and plan 2025 comms. And otherwise, given that Bungie were tracking progress on the amount of cookies that we can give to vendors in this update, they have said Zavala has eaten 3.4 million Galadoodles. No wonder the guy is blue. That much sugar is basically just toxic. But further on that subject, they say all gift and return emblem drop bonuses for weeks 1 and 2 have been reached. So technically, there's been a drop rate increase on the 3 emblems that Bungie are giving out for the Dawning. And starting Tuesday, December 4th, they say your target baking items will be etheric cold snaps, lavender ribbon cookies, and vanilla blades. So if you want to work on that community objective, those are the ones we need this week. Other quick updates for the Dawning though, and they say all Dawning ovens have been automatically masterworked, so all players may now bake cookies at discounted essence costs. And they note some players may not see a gold border even when the oven is masterworked. And they've also deployed a fix that should unblock players from completing the intro Dawning quest, and all impacted players should receive ingredients to bake a Galadoodle and a Dawning memento. So following all the bugs that we had at the start of Dawning, they've almost auto-completed the event for a lot of players. It is what it is. For Eververse this week though, quick preview, we should be seeing exotic armor ornaments in the store this week. These ones actually coming back from Season of the Splicer, so listed for Eververse, there's the Astro Strides ornament for Stompies, the Phoenix Cradle ornament, the Execute Revival, the Siva themed one, and then we'll get Sovereign Signal, which is the ornament for Crown of Tempests. All of these should be up for 1500 Bright Dust this week. And then some Dawning themed items. We've got the Wintry Neighbor Shell. That's a new one this year. It'll sell for 2850 Bright Dust this reset. Plus we have the Frictional Cooler, which is up for 2000 Bright Dust this week. And then the Peppermint Condition Candy Cane Exotic Sparrow, another new one for Dawning this year, which will be up for 2500 Bright Dust, as well as the Glee Barrage ornament for Xenophage this week, and that will sell for 1250 Bright Dust. So there's the quick preview of key Eververse items for the week, and I'll keep you posted on additional vendor stuff and updates with the reset later on today. So let us know if you'll be jumping into Destiny this week, but some separate bits of news right here, as we probably won't have many other news updates this week. And the Game Post report reported that the entire creative studios team at Bungie joined PlayStation earlier this year as part of the further integration into Sony. But now another major shift has been confirmed, which is that Bungie's strategic partnerships team is officially part of PlayStation's franchise development and portfolio strategy division now. So these were teams that were already confirmed to be transitioning to Sony throughout the course of the year. So it's not entirely a revelation, but GamePost reported this news comes from Joss Price, who's been leading Bungie's strategic partnerships team since 2021. And he announced via LinkedIn that the team has officially moved to PlayStation's franchise development and portfolio strategy division, saying that after 3 amazing years at Bungie, the team has transitioned across to the mothership at PlayStation. And he adds, "My experience at Bungie remains a career highlight, and I'm deeply appreciative for the opportunity to play a small part in Bungie history. Moving forward, we couldn't be more excited to join the franchise dev team at PlayStation." And so it's another small part of Bungie that's being absorbed into Sony right now. How much of an impact that will really have directly on Destiny or Bungie titles isn't really clear. Probably not a massive one, at least not in the immediate future. And for future partnerships associated with Bungie projects, they'll probably just be handled via Sony. Possibly even more impactful though, some more reporting today indicates new Bungie leadership departures. Once again from the GamePost here, they say more exits have surfaced, and Andreas Jenkins, who served as Bungie's chief strategy officer for 16 years from 2008, has exited the company in October 2024, as well as Johnny Ebert, who's been the chief creative officer at Bungie for 5 years, also appears to have left. So these aren't necessarily formal announcements, but these are very important roles at Bungie, and they are indeed executive roles. So the departures that we're seeing are getting ever closer to the people who are actually running the majority of the Bungie studios. Obviously, the name Pete Parsons will come up here, and it seems pretty likely that if things continue on this trend, even more of those big names will be replaced at Bungie. Although if you ask the community at large at this point, a lot of people are going to say that this is what is needed in order to hopefully turn Bungie around, provide new leadership, and new ways of doing things. Obviously, whether that happens isn't entirely clear. Sony have a lot of money invested in Bungie though, so it stands to reason that they're going to want to try and make things work between Destiny and Marathon. They will want a return on that investment, which is one of the things that gives Destiny a bit more of a glimmer of hope moving forward. No doubt though, the impact of these changes will certainly start to be felt and understood as we go into 2025, with no doubt more of them coming down the road. So share your thoughts on that down below. Then, in separate news, you may remember a few weeks back, reportedly, somebody opened a lawsuit against Bungie, stating that Bungie had stolen their stories to construct the Red War campaign. We won't go into all of those details, but another writer had essentially said that Bungie had stolen characters, concepts, even factions from other titles in order to influence the Red War campaign. It was a pretty far-fetched lawsuit. It didn't really seem like there was anywhere near the connection that the lawsuit actually alleged. And so Bungie have struck back, stating that the plaintiff fails to set forth any viable claims against Bungie, and additionally failed to plausibly allege that Bungie copied constituent elements of the plaintiff's work. Basically, Bungie are saying, this is BS, get the hell out of here. So we probably won't hear much more about it. It seems like a bit of a nothing burger in terms of a complaint, but I guess if the courts do agree, we probably will hear more about it, so I'll keep you posted. Otherwise, there's not an awful lot of Destiny news for the moment, but that is set to change within the next couple of weeks. Act 3 will drop. We'll get info about that ahead of time. Then there's going to be that New Year Bento Quest token Riven's Wish style thing. Lots of conversation about Heresy and other updates. So Bungie will be aware just how well they're going to need to do in 2025. And I think they're at least going to make a pretty strong go of that in the weeks to come once we get past the festive season. So I will keep you up to date on all of that. We're not quite at the last ride of the day yet, I don't think. We'll find out, I guess. Guys, if you're celebrating the holidays, take it easy, stay safe, and enjoy yourselves. There'll be just a couple more updates here on the channel through the next week or so keep it locked and loaded. But otherwise, I appreciate you tuning in today, and I sincerely hope that you have an awesome Christmas, whether you celebrate or not. Take it easy, and I'll catch you all very soon.